We were served today by lovely barmaid Jenny.
Yep.
She was terrific. After I ordered drinks to start off, she came and just sat down beside us and helped us through the menu. Not a big complicated menu, but she still helped us.
She thought we were pretty simple folk. Maybe needed a bit of help with it.
That must have been it. She kept apologizing for all the other patrons in the bar. There were 4 other people. One was quietly doing scratch tickets while the other 3 bellowed at each other and him.
Yeah, one of them kept telling the other one, just relax.
Yeah.
Just relax.
And he was saying that to the most relaxed guy, the guy quietly doing scratch cards.
Yeah. Just don't scratch them all away.
Yeah.
Just yet. Let them sit there for a bit.
So Jenny sat down beside us. She told us about the Billy G's sauce.
Almost told you about it.
Well, that's right. I mean, okay, so I ordered a bacon cheeseburger. Matthew, you ordered a double cheeseburger?
Yep.
And she asked if we would want the Billy G sauce. I said, what is the Billy G sauce? And I feel like the entire time we were there, she was excited that there were clients she's never seen here before, which I assume doesn't happen very often. But she still said, do you want the Billy G sauce, as if we would know. Well, the world famous Billy G sauce.
I think she tried to play it off, though. It's like, well, it's kind of what we're known for.
Yeah, exactly. And I asked, well, what is it? And she was about to tell me and then said, well, it's a secret. And I was like, okay, well, I don't care it's a secret. Can you just tell me what kind of sauce I'm getting into? Yeah. Is this a sweet sauce, a spicy sauce? I have no idea, except that it's Billy G's sauce and what you're known for.
Yeah. Little did she know that as soon as it came to the table, you put a little bit into a little Ziploc baggie,
sent it off to the lab.
The big burger.
That's right.
Mission accomplished.
And then she described it as probably exactly what it is, of a mix of ketchup, mayonnaise, and mustard.
Oh man, we got to bleep that out after. That's one of the ingredients.
It would seem once we got our burgers, light on the ketchup.
Yeah.
Heavy on the mayonnaise and mustard. So maybe it's like, it
looked like
2 parts mayonnaise, 2 parts mustard, 1 part ketchup. That's the secret.
We'll never get it exactly right. It kind of looked like a melted cheese.
It did look like melted cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the shade of orange turned.
Yeah.
And she asked if I wanted their special hot sauce as well. And I was like, can I get both sauces? She was like, yeah,
You're
of
like,
course.
do people do that?
Am I allowed? Is this... I'm whispering, hushed tones. Just do it and don't tell anyone, okay? Is that an extra charge? And so she did it. Matthew, you got the Billy G sauce as well. Yeah. She made the burgers herself because it seems like a pretty skeleton crew at this little place. She made our burgers. She made some fries that we shared. Those burgers sat down in front of us. And Matthew, what was your original thought when it sat down in front of us?
Initially, Sebastien, a little underwhelmed.
Yeah.
A little too small for my big belly.
Okay. But you did get a double burger.
I did get a double burger, but I was like, I'm glad I got a double burger. I should have asked for a quadruple burger at this point. But I think when I reflect back on this experience, I realized that double burger was just enough. It was exactly what I needed.
Perfect.
And I quickly forgot about how small it looked and just decided to look at the way the burger was put together, the construction of the burger.
You picked that burger up and you were looking at it. You really liked the look of that burger.
Yeah, I didn't want to
show your hand a little too much.
I want to hide it a bit, but I was smiling internally.
You should see a doctor about that.
A little bit of a smile was poking through, but I think I kept a pretty cool hand about it. Cool head, perhaps. It was good, and I put it down because I didn't want to. It was one of those things I didn't want to eat it right away. I wanted to let it because I knew once I picked it up, and a few big bites, and it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what was in your burger, Matthew?
Meat, times 2.
Yeah.
Got some lettuce, ketchup, mustard, no tomato.
Well, you got the Billy.
I got the Billy G sauce, so that's a mixture of ketchup, mustard,
and mayonnaise.
Mayo.
Yeah. Well, and maybe some other secret ingredients. Maybe there's a hint of lime juice in there. Who knows?
I'm not saying I know what goes on with Billy G's, but I have a pretty good guess. That was it. That was what was in the burger, unless there was something I missed. But
I want to say there was a little bit of onion, but very little. Because after I had a little piece that looked like onion to me, but I didn't really taste the onion. So if there was, it was very little.
Yeah, subtle.
Yeah.
Just a hint.
Mine was bacon and cheese on a nice little patty. Very simple little patty. Small grocery store level type of bun. Maybe a little better than a grocery store level bun, but it probably just a grocery store level bun.
Smaller than the regular bun, bigger than a Melba bun.
Yeah, of course.
Of course. A middle bun.
Lettuce, tomato, both the sauces that I mentioned earlier, Billy G sauce and Billy G's hot sauce, which she also warned me isn't just Frank Red's hot. It's some other sauce. It's their sauce. It's their hot sauce. So it's probably Frank's Red Hot mixed with mayonnaise, mustard, and ketchup. It was also a bit of a mushed down bun, which was nice. Not a huge patty. I could have dealt with a bit of a thicker patty. But this was a nice little burger. A nice little pleasant surprise burger.
I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Matthew, tell me about your feelings once you sunk your teeth into it. Starting getting maybe halfway into that burger. How'd you feel?
I felt like a lot of it was pretty perfect. The only negative thing I have to say about it is, aside from it being a little too greasy, not even too greasy, just there was a bit of grease.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about grease. I did the little bun test. My fingers got a little greasy. Yeah. But what am I to expect at a place that this is just a regular burger? It's the kind of burger that I can get behind. The lettuce, though, was the problem for me.
Yeah, it seemed like some Boston lettuce, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And Matthew, it fell out of your burger. I asked you what was the problem with the lettuce. You laid it back on the burger. It was fallen. It had sauce on it. You were having so much trouble with this one leaf of lettuce.
Yeah. What
happened?
Sebastian, as you know, I've mentioned it before, other shows. You can go back and listen. But my front teeth can't cut.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like perfectly aligned. Mm-hmm. Not a freak, just can't cut like a pair of scissors with my front teeth. And I don't think that's anything to be ashamed about. But when it comes to lettuce, comes to pickles, comes to flat items that need to be clacked down on.
Yeah.
And, I can't do it. And so I bite into a piece of lettuce, pull back, hoping, just praying to the gods. But no, it comes
tear
out,
or something.
Slides out.
Do you ever think maybe if you pinch your burger a little more, it'll tear apart?
I've thought about doing different things, maybe a bit of a twist as I do it, but I didn't do it this time. I didn't implement that, and so I was left with lettuce on the plate.
Okay.
Good lettuce, but too much.
All right. I mean,
I shred my lettuce, and when I make my own burgers. In little bits, so that way there's I don't have to bite anything. It just comes out, and the legwork's already done.
Now, Matthew, last week was a very rainy week, very wet.
Yeah.
And you and I got caught in the rain at one point, and I was thinking to myself, it's been a while since we got caught in the rain, you and I.
It's very romantic. I remember the last time we were on a boat together.
On a boat?
Yeah. We were arguing.
Go on.
Yeah. You don't remember this? I just finished building you a house.
Yeah.
And you had come back from years apart.
Uh-huh.
Engaged to someone else.
God, what the heck are you saying? Is this
I forgot you never watched The Notebook.
Yeah, no, I didn't see The Notebook.
If you talk about getting caught in the rain. That's it. Okay, so what is your actual story about us getting caught in the rain?
I mean, we got. I was just thinking, hey, it's nice to get caught in the rain again. Now that winter's over, we can get caught in the rain.
It was very nice to get caught in the rain with you.
You didn't build me a house or a boat or whatever that was.
So of course not. But what is your story about the rain?
Well, Matthew, you know what? I'm thinking about it. This is probably another one of our Tales from the Vortex. So years ago when we worked together in a factory called Vortex, one time on our way home, after we got off the train, I was going to give you a lift home. And from when we got out of the train in what is normally like a minute-long walk to where my car was parked, the skies just opened up. It just started pouring like I've never seen the rain pour. And we ran what is normally a 1-minute walk. And in what couldn't have been much more than 30 seconds, you and I were completely drenched. The rain came down so hard and so fast that within seconds we were soaked. I got in the car. I took my pants off. My shoes were smushy and just like squirting water everywhere with every step. I drove you home with no pants or shoes on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It was a sponge. We were sponges that day that had absorbed all the water.
Even after disrobing in the car, my seats were soaked.
Yeah. It was a heavy rain. It was
very heavy rain.
We booked it and we still got wet. You know what we should have done? We should have walked very slowly. Because I think you were telling me about a study recently.
Yes, in England there was a study performed. They put the money into it. They looked into it, and scientists, researchers did a test on whether you would get more wet running in the rain or walking in the rain. So, just a point A to point B. If you got to run around the block or walk around the block, who's going to get wetter? They put the money in. They did the research.
How much money is that costing anybody?
They have to hire the scientists and I guess a couple people to walk or run in the rain without umbrellas.
Okay.
It's not volunteers that are going to do this for science. And lo and behold, you get wetter if you walk in the rain than you run. I'm assuming because you're spending more time in the rain.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
But there's so much to take into account. The spacing of the raindrops, the length of time you're spending outside.
I feel like that's the key thing. If you're running, you'll get back inside sooner.
Doesn't sound like it needs to be a science project.
Right?
Sounds like it's just a...
But I think part of it was that while you're running, some of the rain will hit the front of you because you're running into rain. So does that add up to more rain than if you were just walking?
Well, what if the rain is blowing and you're walking away from it?
It's going to hit your back.
I don't think this money was spent very wisely.
Oh, no, this was very poorly spent money.
No.
Yeah, very obvious that if you walk in the rain, you'll get wetter than if you run to your destination in the shelter.
Man, that's frustrating. So we did the best we could with the knowledge we had at that point, and we got real wet.
Yeah.
Like, jumped into a pool wet.
Pretty much. And you mentioned to me, another time you got caught in the rain, you told me that you saved someone's life. And you would go, tell me the story, but I said, no. Save it for the podcast. Here we are. I want to hear this story.
Well, now I got to backtrack a little bit and tell you, maybe I didn't save their life, but it sure felt like I did. I felt like a hero.
All right.
I felt like I saved a lot of people's lives that day. It was raining. Mm-hmm. Actually, it wasn't raining. I've started this story out terribly. That's
the whole... All right.
Beautiful summer day. At a beach, having a regatta.
What is that?
It's like a boat race.
Oh, okay.
A race.
Okay.
We were at a scout camp.
Cool.
So, doing this, and everyone's looking out towards the beach and the water because it's so beautiful. And at one point, I turned back just to see what's going on behind me. See these super dark, grimacing clouds rolling in and coming in real fast. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is not good news. And I went to the lifeguard. I was like, what's this? And he saw it and he was like, oh man. And he starts blowing his whistle, going on the thing. Everybody get out of the water. Everybody get out of the water. Storm's coming. Then the thunder started. We could hear the rain. The wind just picked up. It was all in a matter of minutes. Mm-hmm. Now there's a long table down at the beach covered by a roof.
Oh, okay.
A little shelter down there.
Yeah.
So everyone's huddled under there, but they're saying, no, everybody, we got to get up to the longhouse. Get up to the longhouse up there. Like, we'll be safe in there. So everyone starts running up. I start running with people, but everything's unorganized. People's clothes are all over the place. No one has their shoes on.
Oh, okay. They're getting out of the water.
Yeah, so all their towels are around. Everyone's looking for their shoes. Time's like, no time for shoes. Go. Like, we got to go. The storm moves in super fast. The wind way stronger than I thought. Like, I'm fighting against the wind. Wow. It's like a little hurricane, a little tornado. Wow. I'm running up, and I'm trying to count all of our kids because we had about, probably 23 kids that we had to keep track of in our group. And I'm looking, and I was like, I don't see one of them. I was like, where is she? I look back down to the beach in the long shed, and I see her standing there, just standing and crying.
Oh, like just because everyone left in such a panic, she's
worried. Terrified. And it's like you see in movies when you're like, what? And there's a huge crowd, and you're looking around, and then you spot them, and they're just not moving, but they're about to get trampled by wildebeest or something.
Yeah.
So I run back down, scooped her up, went running up. I'm cutting my feet on all these sharp rocks. And
because you didn't have shoes on either.
No.
Oh, boy.
And then just as I'm getting close to this place, I dodge this gigantic